I want to start by asking you to tell me a little bit about the story of Trendy.
Well, Trendy is a social thriller, so it tells the story of Richard, played by Lachlan right here, who's a teacher in his 30s from Norfolk, who moves to London for a bit of a fresh start. He's kind of running away from the past, and then he arrives in a gentrified area of East London, gets a job in a rundown school, meets the locals, and realizes a little bit how the area works. You got like Cockneys on one side, immigrants on another, yuppies on another bit of town, and he's basically like trying to get integrated in that area, and by trying to get integrated starts to sort of confront himself with the difficulty of being in the big city. So the first part of the film is more of a social depiction, I'd say, of East London, and then the second part is more of a thriller, and obviously you can take over anytime you want.
I know. I got to watch it first. And then,
well, I think we can all relate to walking around East London thinking, "How are these people wearing?" But Lachlan, what was it about this story that really grabbed you and made you think it's going to be a good movie? I want to be involved.
So it was meeting Louis. Actually, it was story was kind of second. Actually, wanted to work with Louis, and really great energy. And the story was a little off the rails. It was kind of Louis slightly understated it. The second half, if I'm right, is terrifying in bits. Like, at least I think so. And I haven't seen it yet, but like from the inside out, it felt like it was going to be quite terrifying second half of the movie. But so I like that that cross into that. It's unexpected, I think, as well. I don't think it's expected what happens. I hope we shock, but
we will.
Yeah, so it was that kind of contrast that leapt off the page at me.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Louis, what do you think audiences have in store when they watch this?
Do you mean what they'll think of?
What they can expect from this movie?
Just probably an excitement of discovering East London from the eyes of a foreigner to East London, so someone who's never seen it. So a bit of discovery and exploration, and at the same time a lot of just thrill and excitement and feeling for someone's desperation. So yeah, excitement, just like come to the dark depth of East London with us.
Lachlan, what's it like having the film selected for the Raindance Film Festival? What does that mean to you?
That's a huge honour, and for Louis as well. I'm sure it's immense. And I remember when I first heard about Raindance when I was starting out, and it's a huge honour. So yeah, thanks.
Louis, what does it mean for an independent filmmaker to be selected at Raindance?
Well, Raindance is definitely like one of these few sort of massive institutions that you look up to when you start making films. You think, what would be the amazing place where my first film could be, and especially when you know the names that have gone through Raindance, whether they've been kind of alumni from the programs, or they've had their films, or just when you know the list of films that have premiered here. And each year it's the same thing. It's like you look at the film selected this year and you think, ooh, is our film really associated with that sort of quality? And it's so yeah, it's just a bit of a massive institution. It's one of these few names that there is in film festivals like Cannes, like Sundance, like Berlin, like just names that ring a bell and make you think of exciting filmmakers, bold visions, etc. And just it's amazing to have just the small film we made with a lot of passion and sort of a relentless will to try and tell an interesting story, to finally see it like there is just brilliant, and it's pinnacle.
How important do you think independent film is for the film industry?
After you, man.
No, you go.
No, I'm so important because everyone has to go through them. I think there's obviously different career path and stuff like that, but like the start of anything is an independent film. And actually, I was reading an interview recently of Damien Chazelle was talking about his very first experiences making films, like home movies at home, and he was doing something with a small camcorder and thinking, what the guys are doing in Hollywood is completely different from what I'm doing. We're just in two completely different worlds. And after now becoming a huge filmmaker and, you know, just accomplishing all he's accomplished so far at such a young age, he's already saying, like, actually I realized that it was not that different. You know what I mean? Like, the process is actually quite similar. So independent films are just like, they're just any films, but I think they're harder to make because there's less comfort, there's less sort of access to resources, and yet they can achieve something that's as powerful because all films are equal and sort of on a level in terms of how powerful they can be and the effect they can have on people.